Welcome to the 5D Codes Podcast, Season 2. This podcast is raw, real, unrefined, unfiltered soul wisdom. From my higher self to yours, we're going to tap into what is 5D, what is New Earth, decoding it one story at a time. I am Sarah Lamb, also known as Sarah Teresa on some social media accounts. Teresa is my middle name and I love it. And I co-created this podcast with Source last year. Last year was a trial and error period, but you know what? Isn't it always a trial and error period? I started sharing episodes with other Starseeds. And that was fun until it wasn't. So now I'm following my new fun. I'm recording this August 4th, 2025. The Leo season is upon us and I'm ready to come out of my Cancer shell. This has been an intense awakening period. So this season, I am going to share my poetics, my writing with you. This is going to be the start of a book. And these episodes are going to turn into my Starseed manual, if you will. I have a mission on this planet just like you, my friend. I am not from here, just like you aren't, my friend. If you found this podcast, it is not by coincidence. I pulled myself off of several social media sites this year, actually in the past month, with conscious intention. And it has felt so good, and I have felt so expansive. I'm in the middle of a parasite cleanse right now, and man, it is pulling out the succubus energy, the parasitic energy that has attached to me over my 4+ decades of life, especially in the past 20 years on my spiritual journey, which really began in 2000 when my sister Rebecca passed away. So I'm going to share raw, real, and unfiltered, but also some written prose that will activate you. Everything I say is a quantum activation. Just like everything you say and do is a quantum activation. We are constantly activating each other in the quantum field, whether we realize it or not. The difference between us, if you're listening, and other folks is that we are conscious of it. For most of our lifetimes, we were unconscious. And I want to tap into this movie that I just saw. Tried to watch it with my 14-year-old daughter, but she grew bored very quickly. It's, why does the TV glow? I'm going to mess up the name. The Pink Opaque is the secondary title. And it's about this show, The Pink Opaque. It's basically about breaking out of the Matrix and these two teenagers that find this show, 3 actually, that taps into the quantum field and shows them what is real. I'm going to allude to that in this piece that I'm going to share with you, which is essentially the podcast. So anything that I share, just notice how you feel in your body, your mind, and your heart. I am sharing this while I'm lying on the earth with my legs up a tree. And I'm going to use this picture for the cover photo of this episode. I'm grounding and connecting to the earth as I'm looking up at the sun, embracing the sun codes, watching the leaves flutter as the wind whips them about, listening to the birds, the cicadas. It's summer here in upstate New York and it feels like heaven on earth. And that's what the 5D is. New Earth is upon us now if we see it so. And I'm going to emphasize that, if we see it so. We constantly have a chance to shift our perception. Anything that's coming your way, which is probably why I watched the show or the movie yesterday. See, I'm speaking off the cuff, so I'm messing it up. But this is why I love raw, real, unfiltered. There is no mess up, okay? Look, you can look up the Pink Opaque and you'll find it. I guess I'm saying what Spirit's guiding me to say, so that's all you're meant to get. So this piece is called Legs Up the Tree, I Reclaim Myself Here. This episode is how I take my power back and reclaiming your sovereignty, owning your power. As I mix up the words reformat themselves. Does that make sense? Think of Alice going down the rabbit hole. So taking the words from the title, as I say it out loud, I'm shifting it a bit, right? Like improv, but it is the same meaning. This is how we recode in the quantum. It is not about the exact words. It's not a spell that you have to say. I'm going to piss people off on this one, and that's great. It is what it is. It's not good or bad with anything, but you'll see as I share. We are constantly recoding. So when I sing mantras now, I used to try to do the yoga mantras exactly as I learned them, pronounce the Sanskrit exactly. I let my soul tone take over. I let my heart guide it, and I sing it the way I am authentically guided to sing it. And I have shaken trees, okay? So when you honor your soul code, nobody can tell you how to do something. This is not about, the perfectionist professor saying there's a right and a wrong way. That is 3D. That is dualistic reality. We are stepping into 5D. Let's go. Legs up the tree. I reclaim myself here. I dropped my daughter off with her great aunt. She's seeing her half-sister for the first time since returning from Guatemala. They're not quite friends, not quite foes, something in between. So I whispered a prayer as I walked away. May they step out of the Mr. Melancholy matrix. May they rise from that pink peak I once climbed, that world where light gets bent into self-judgment. May they lay down the avatars of ego that clutch grudges and call it self-protection. May they remember who they really are. May they remember who they really are. And I shared this prayer as I walk down the field to my tree. As I walked, I looked down at my chest, 2 pendants I had made before leaving the house. Simple, beautiful. An amethyst stone and a rose quartz wheel, worn not to sell, not to impress, but as a holy act. The last time I made jewelry like this, I wore it out with one of those women. You know the type. The concerned ones who praise you while trying to change you. They never liked my homemade pieces. Too raw, too real, too me. They called me shy, insecure, unmotivated. They told me what I should be doing. Be a massage therapist. Talk to men more. Monetize this. Package that. But I'm done performing for their comfort. I'm done outsourcing my value to people who can't sit in their own light without shrinking mine. I will read that again because that emanates strongly with my soul, and I know it also does with yours. But I'm done performing for their comfort. I'm done outsourcing my value to people who can't sit with their own light without shrinking mine. I'm done outsourcing my value to people who can't sit with their own light without shrinking mine. Deep breath. Listening to the sounds of nature, feeling the wind on my skin, sensory reset, nervous system overload, recalibrating. This stuff is emotional. I constantly seek grounding in nature to reconnect, to recalibrate, to center. I honor those moments when I get activated, unsettled. It is time for me to take it easy. It's important for me to honor that, and I know that now. So I made these necklaces for me, not for approval, not for Etsy like I used to. I made them because I was channeling a timeline where I am sovereign, where my creations are offerings, not products, like this podcast. And now my legs are up this tree and the bark is peeling like old skin, and I realize I'm not just healing, I'm reclaiming. That reader from my birthday 14 years ago when I was pregnant with my daughter, sipping Dunkin', flicking tarot, stuck in her head. She told me to uncross my legs so she could read my field, but I knew better. I knew that cross-legged posture was part of the energy activation I'd studied. She couldn't meet me there. She needed me small to feel big. And when I didn't comply, our friendship became a performance. Her care was competition. She latched on to the people I introduced her to, and I introduced her to a lot of people, but never celebrated my glow, only ever sought to edit it. Deep breath, listening, feeling the earth against my skin, noticing my belly rise and fall. It's intense to even read this, to even remember how much I used to give my power away to people that didn't really value the true me. They only ever sought to edit it. That line almost feels like a banshee screaming at me. Not anymore. Now I say, if this is not resonant, then it's not for me. If you need me to shrink to feel safe, you're not in alignment with my field. I release the need to explain my radiance. I repeat. Now I say, if this is not resonant, then it's not for me. Simple. If you need me to shrink to feel safe, you're not in alignment with my field. I release the need to explain my radiance. I release the need to explain my radiance. And I repeat it 3 times to myself and to you so that it bridges with the subconscious mind. We are reclaiming, reintegrating, recalibrating, reprogramming in the quantum field. Not by a script, by heart-based motivation. It's an energy. The words are just background noise. And my daughter, and that pause, and this one, intentional. Feel the silence. It is the loudest sound in the universe. It is the deepest, most profound sound. I let my daughter walk down her own path now too. Her great aunt took them to the movies. No forced conversation, just flow. And I trust the moment. I trust her, because this is what freedom looks like. Letting the people who love you walk their path without editing it. Letting yourself finally sit with crossed legs even when others disapprove. Making beauty for no one but your soul. And when I look down at my feet resting against this tree, I feel it. I am no longer asking permission, and I'm smiling as I read this now. I am no longer selling my essence for capitalist gain, for approval from strangers. I am home. And I'm so glad that you're hanging with me here. Deep breath. Honor the space that you have chosen to recalibrate yourself in now. Honor the space that you have chosen to put yourself in now, because it's a choice. You're constantly co-creating with Source. And if you don't like where you are, you can make a conscious choice to shift it, to move, to get out and go walk in a field or walk down a path or sit in your backyard or sit on the porch or sit on a stoop or look out a window. And remember, as you look at the earth, as you look at the trees, as you listen to the birds, that you are divine, that you are source energy, that you are the co-creation of new earth, that you claim it every day. And as you do, you are part of the creation team. So thank you for doing the work. Thank you for remembering with me. And thank you for just being you. Your authentic soul essence means more to the world than all the money all the fame, all the power. In fact, none of that means anything next to your authentic soul essence. And when you start to own that, well, magic happens, miracles unfold, and the rest we're writing together, my friend. I love you. Until next time, this is Sarah with the 5D Codes, Season 2. Let's go dive deep into some more juice next time.